It's a new day. We are no longer drunk. We are caffeinated and somewhat fed. And we've been to town. We got our gear oil for the transmission, tire shine for the detail job, and Department of Transportation number 3 fluid for the clutch bleed, which I believe is gonna be what we're doing next.
Yes.
Let's get straight into it. No mucking about. So because we're going to do the clutch fluid, this is half of the reason why. That fluid looks like dog shit. I'm not a big fan of that. And then another thing is that when you push on the clutch pedal itself, it doesn't come back all the way. I mean, it will. It's just sometimes it likes to stay down an inch or two. And I feel like bleeding the clutch would help make that problem go away. And so that's kind of why we're doing this. So, apparently Nissans are like really stupid, and they have your master cylinder in the engine bay, and then you have an intermediate bleeder, or that's what I'm calling it, where you can like bleed the system halfway through, and then it has another bleeder on the actual slave cylinder. So right now we are bleeding from the intermediate bleeder because it's easy?
No, it's first.
Because it's first, not because it's easy. We never cut corners. Pumping, change of plans, number 2. Now we are just cracking open the bleed valve on the slave and just letting gravity take its course. So we're just gonna do this until the fluid doesn't look like dog shit anymore. And then this will be a done deal probably.
Well, I was cracking the bleeder and I wasn't getting any fluid out of the top. All the fluid was coming up the threads.
Oh, fuck me, that is disgusting.
I think the hole
Yeah,
is plugged.
absolutely.
And it's rust, so it's...
Get the angle grinder. Do we just need to go get a new one?
No, we're not going to find any bleeder, but...
Leader screw? Aren't they like a universal size?
Not with that specific thing on it.
Oh yeah.
Get a new slave. Should be 20 bucks or whatever.
Nope. Next guy can do that. You were really getting things done on that little guy, aren't you?
Yeah, look at all the crap that came out inside of it.
Oh wow. Can you blow through it? Yes.
Can you insert flute music there?
Yeah. I'll edit that in.
Excellent.
Update. The clutch fluid is beautiful, and the bleed nipples are clean on the inside. And now we are trying to fill the transmission with fluid. How is that going, John? Looks like it's going great by your facial expression.
We can't get the fill plug out.
Right.
So,
Because it is shaped.
yeah, instead of it being a ½ inch square, I mean it is, but it's not like a female one you stick a ratchet in it to. It's a male one that you put an in-wrench on.
And it's a square, not a hex head.
Yeah.
Like a normal person would design it.
So, I'm gonna have to get a bigger wrench. This is already a fairly large
17
wrench,
mil.
but I need a bigger one.
17 mil is ½ inch?
No, as it turns out, ½ inch drive doesn't really mean
Shit.
½ inch drive, I guess. I'm
Cool.
not really sure.
So we're fucked until we think of a clever solution.
I have a bigger wrench. Or in theory, I have a bigger wrench.
The Nissan curse strikes again. My hero. Got it out. This man is relentless.
Now we have to level the car.
He is the king of Nissan. I know. We'll. I'll open up the garage door and then jack up the back some more so it's level. Sound good?
Unless you just want to put the front down.
Oh, because we're done bleeding the thing.
Yeah, we'll just put the front blue jack stands back to where it is. That gives me just enough room to get under there and put this fill plug back in.
On it.
I won't gorilla strength it in because there's no reason to do that.
Okay.
So,
Now that everything is like put back together on the car, except for the wheel bearing, we were thinking about throwing the battery back in it and starting it up and seeing if it makes the horrible sound or not.
yeah.
Of the input bearing, and maybe also burping the cooling system and making sure it has the right amount of oil in it. Yeah, there's actually a lot of reasons why we should start it right now.
Yeah, lots of reasons.
Here's your... Oh, you haven't cleaned those up.
I did. I just didn't do it with a toothbrush or anything.
Probably enough to get us by. What do you think?
Is the light on in the trunk?
Sure is.
Oh, we're just gonna run it for a second. Just enough to let the oil pressure build.
What was that? The valve? The lifters?
I think it was just very dry.
Oh. Put it in gear. Now get it to slip.
Well,
Oh, the handbrake's on. Well, I think...
wheel turning?
Yeah. I think that means it's not going to be squealing like a pig no more.
How nice is that?
Pretty nice.
All it was grease on that stupid bushing, and I mentioned it when we put that engine in too. Nope.
Next on the agenda, are you going to plug into the Matrix?
Yeah, you know, as much as we're like not that jazzed about the Speedwino and all that, I mean, not that we're not jazzed about it, but as far as selling a car with a Speedwino in it, that's a little sketchy. It was pretty cool to plug your laptop in it and change anything you want.
It's fun to plug the USB from your 240SX into a laptop and go doop, boop, boop, doop, doop. So now that like everything is done, the only thing left for me to do is to just clean the car. So I brought the tools of my trade. I have little green, the water vacuum thing. Then I have my shop vac. It's gonna be really boring, but very necessary when you're trying to get top dollar for your S13. That's mouse poison. So, this is what it looks like before starting. It is dirty. There is leaves and plant material all over the place. Kind of a couple stains in there. Nothing too crazy. The seats aren't supposed to be slightly brown. And in the back seat, more dirt and shit. So I have finished the driver's side, and I must say this side was really very stained, and it turned out coming pretty clean. The seat also still looks a little pretty rough on camera, but it looked worse before, so I'm happy about that. And oh, look at that, that looks beautiful back there. The whole back seat's looking great, and the parcel shelf is looking magnificent. All of the fake leather everywhere. I am rubbing it down with magic sauce to give it that nice shiny shimmer. As you can kind of see where I wasn't doing it because I haven't done the passenger side yet. It's all dull, kind of dirty. There's just dust everywhere. So that is all going to be gone soon. The battery area and battery update, I believe this is done. As you can see, it is gorgeous now. Got your fresh black paint. No more grossness. And then you got your fresh primer gray paint.
Got my grandpa's press here. 1927, I do believe, was the year this press was made. It is a 27 high-speed screw press. Made in Portland, Oregon.
So explain how this thing works?
So it's on high speed right now,
Yeah.
right? And as it comes down and locks up, the clutches, they ramp, they slip up against each other, right? So watch. So there, it makes contact, and the clutches will actually slip past each other. It's getting old, so there you go. Slip past each other like that, and it locks it into low speed.
Uh-huh.
Now it's in Skooka mode.
And then, but when you're ratcheting it, it goes chunk, chunk, chunk. What makes it not want to?
Nothing. It's just.
Really? Just the force of everything?
Yeah, it's just a screw.
It doesn't have like a not able to spin backwards thing on it or anything?
No, because you're just applying. It's just,
Oh, so you just flip this around and that controls the lever action?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And then because it's just a screw, it's literally you're just tightening a bolt.
Yeah.
But the head of the bolt doesn't move, and then the shaft of it does. And
Right.
So then you just do that. So it only has this much stroke. It doesn't have that much stroke on it.
High speed. Safety glasses? Safety look away.
Easiest buy.
Oh, it is a speed one.
Yeah.
They weren't lying.
Okay, so that's half the bearing done.
Now what?
Now we have to get the other half of the bearing out.
Which is done by doing what?
The race stays. So now we have to get that off,
Ah,
which is...
by putting a grinding mark in it and then beating it with a screwdriver and a hammer?
We can do that if we need to. We're gonna try to not need to, because somewhere around here I've got a bearing separator.
What gave?
Well, it's supposed to give...
Really? Woo!
Well, I'm gonna reset this. So basically, it moved a certain distance and then it stopped. Pull this guy back out. And you see, now I can get it way tighter. Get it on there a lot better.
That's good, right?
Yeah. But it did stop moving, so I want to just check to make sure. But we may have just hit a burr. So, in hindsight, what would have been smarter is if we'd have left this down all the way and then cleaned it up with Scotch Brite or something. Maybe what we'll do, because it just moves so easy, when you find something like that that fits over that.
Push it down a little.
Tap it down a little bit. If only we had some sort of
Press? Device that pressed things on.
Low speed, I guess. Too easy to do it?
Yep.
Loosen her off. Okay,
Yeah.
just stiff again.
I saw that.
Wow.
Try to clean it again?
Maybe the press is stroked out? Status update.
Oh, it was just stroked out? Woo! Carfoolery. Great job. It's day, I don't even know anymore. I think everything's pretty much done on the car. I just need to wash it and detail the exterior, which I'm going to do now. I don't think there's gonna be very much good footage about it, so hopefully the next time you see shots of this car in this video, it will be looking pristine as fuck.